Welcome to MN Arts YouTube channel, where we offer online learning solutions or digital learning solutions where you can study from the comfort of your home. Moving on to our next subject, Christian religious education. Based on the Kenyan system of education, the next lesson is the introduction to Christian religious education. Welcome to Form 1 Christian Religious Education, Lesson 5.
Hello, welcome to our lesson. We are going to study about the effects of Bible translation. In our previous lesson, we looked at the order of translation, and it was very clear that it was written in Hebrew, then it was translated into Greek, then Latin, after which it was later translated into English and German, from where it was now translated into Kiswahili and the local languages. So the main reason of translating the Bible is to reach as many converts as possible, to evangelize. That is the main reason, so that you can be able to communicate effectively to the audience, and also to enable the audience to read in their own languages the Word of God. So the Bible was translated so that it can reach as many converts as possible, and also to enable people to be able to read the Bible in their own languages. And it was also written so that it could be able to make the audience to understand the Word of God better, because people understand things better when they are spoken or written in their mother tongues. Now, so the effects of this Bible translation are so many, and we are going to look at all of them. We have one of the effects is that it has led to mass evangelization, that we have had the Bible being preached into many people widely. The Bible has been preached widely. The Bible has been preached to the most local regions, and even in the local languages. And so many people have been converted because of the effect of the Bible translation. Number two, we have the Bible translation has made so many people to understand the Word of God widely and deeply. So it has increased the faith of the believers much more than it could have done when it was written in a foreign language. So people have come to understand the Word of God much better than they could have understood in the foreign languages. Number three, it led to mushrooming of many schools, many schools, many missionary schools, because when the Bible was being written, there was need to have so many people come to the light. And so one of the ways that they were to reach people was to open up mission schools so that they could have learners there, and then they read to the people. And so one of the reasons, one of the effects is it has led to the establishment of very many schools. Another effect is it led to the establishment of formal education in Kenya, because the missionaries realized that the locals did not know how to read and write. So there was need to, first of all, make the people know how to read and write, and then now evangelize to them. So it led to the development of formal education. Bible translation also led to the mushrooming of independent schools and independent churches. The Africans realized that there were some discriminations that were done on their cultural practices. Examples were on polygamy and female circumcision, that is female clitoridectomy. And all those that the girls who had been subjected to female clitoridectomy and those that came from polygamous homes, they were not allowed to learn in missionary schools. So when the Africans were able to read the Bible in their own languages, they protested and they opened independent schools and independent churches. That is another effect. Another effect is it led to the development of Bible publishing houses and Bible bookshops, because there was great demand for the Bible. So there was need to publicize these books and the Bible and then sell to the locals. The Bible translation also led to the development of the African language, that the African language was only spoken orally. It was never written down. So there came to be reason for this language to be written down now and not just being spoken. So the Bible translation led to the development of our local languages. Now we have the Bibles written in local languages. We have, like the Maasais, they have Biblia Sinyati, and it is written in Maa language. So we have the development of the local languages, African local languages. It also came to help. The translation helped in making the Africans to identify some of the critical issues that were in the Bible, and they were very disturbing, like inequality. The missionaries discriminated the Africans along racial lines. And the Africans came to discover that the Bible is saying we are all the children of God. So there was no point of discrimination. So the Africans learned this, and they now overcame it. Instead of them looking down at themselves and thinking that they are lesser human beings, now they developed and they overcame that form of discrimination, and it's because of the translation of the Bible. Then we also have the Bible translation. We are looking at some of the things. The Bible translation led to the development of the Africans in terms of their social and psychological confidence. The Africans could now read the Bible and speak and preach in public. And so you see, this is somebody who has a lot of confidence, which they did not have initially. They used to go to church and they were there to listen and even recite some verses in Latin, you see. But later now, they could be able to speak in their languages. They could interpret the Bible very well and preach. So the African persons were improved in their confidence, and that is a positive point. It also led to further research and studies on the African culture and African language. Many things were revealed as the Bible was being written. There are so much that was revealed about the African culture and the African people, and so more research was done on this aspect, and that was because the Bible was translated. Bible translation also led to improved communication between the missionaries and between the Africans. So because the missionaries also learned about our local languages, so there could be easier communication, and the missionaries and the Africans could communicate very well. And then we could also say that the Africans rediscovered their identity and their cultural identity so much, like they came to discover that it was not sinful to dress in the African attire and go to church. It is not wrong, it is not evil, it's not immoral to eat the African foods. It is not evil to use the African musical instruments. So you find people using instruments like obokano, using dressing in the African attire like the Maasai attire, and people are in church and leading the church, and people are in church and they are worshiping God in truth and in spirit. So this is, they came to rediscover their cultural identity, and they appreciated it. And so we are talking about the Bible translation has had great impact in the overall development of Christianity. And we are going to have a few questions that as an assignment, so that you can assess yourself and see how much you have learned. Like, for example, state ways in which the Bible is used today. Write down 5 ways, 5 occasions when the Bible is used today. State the effects of Bible translation into African languages. Another question is list 5 Bible versions that are in use in our Kenya today. Give reasons why the Bible was translated. Write 2 major Bible divisions. Write the divisions of the Old Testament Bible, and write the divisions, 4 divisions of the New Testament Bible. Write 3 books that are found in the Torah, and also another 5 books that are found in the wisdom books. Write 3 books of the Gospels, and write 4 Pauline letters. Those are some of the questions that you can do when you are at home, because now we are at home, we are quarantine status, and so we need to develop ourselves, have something positive to do. Thank you.
We're very grateful that you found time to watch our content. Kindly press the subscribe button down there and leave a like if the content was helpful to you. Join us in the next lessons. Thank you.